Are Russia and Iran expanding military ties?
Russia is giving an unprecedented level of military and technical support to Iran.
Relations between Russia and Iran were characterized by many as a marriage of convenience.
Iran and Russia's secret arms deal, a threat to global security? In recent years, Iran and Russia have been growing increasingly close, and now it seems that their relationship has reached a new level. The two countries have reportedly signed a secret military deal that includes cooperation on intelligence sharing, joint military exercises, and even the sale of advanced weaponry. This deal has caused concern among many countries in the region and around the world. Some see it as a direct threat to global security, while others view it as a necessary step to counterbalance the power of the United States and its allies in the region. However, one thing is clear: the impact of this deal will be felt far beyond the borders of Iran and Russia. It has the potential to exacerbate existing conflicts in the Middle East and could even lead to a new arms race in the region. Before we continue, if you're new here, please subscribe and join our community. And if you find this video informative and insightful, please give it a like. Likes help our channel reach a wider audience, which means more people can benefit from our content. Now let's dive in the video. The secret arms deal between Iran and Russia has caused a stir in the Middle East and beyond. According to reports from Middle Eastern officials and documents seen by the Wall Street Journal, Russian ships have been transporting large quantities of Iranian-made artillery shells and other ammunition across the Caspian Sea to resupply Russian troops fighting in Ukraine. The issue has become a growing problem for the United States and its allies, who are trying to disrupt cooperation between Moscow and Tehran. The deal is considered a game changer in the Middle East's geopolitical landscape, as it marks a shift in the relationship between Iran and Russia. Details of the arms deal. Cargo ships have transported over 300,000 artillery shells and 1 million rounds of ammunition from Iran to Russia in the past 6 months, according to officials and documents seen by the Wall Street Journal. Publicly available shipping data suggests that the Rasul Gamzatov, a 460-foot Russian vessel, left the Iranian port of Bandar Amirabad on March 8th and arrived in Astrakhan in Russia 6 days later, carrying 1,000 containers with 2,000 artillery shells, a previously unreported shipment. The vessel sailed back to Iran in late March and left for Russia once again, staying in docks for only a day. The Rasul Gamzatov is owned by the Russian company MiG Flot, formerly Transmorflot LC. Last year, the U.S. Treasury Department imposed sanctions on the company, stating that 16 of its vessels, including the Rasul Gamzatov, were transporting weapons for Russia. The company did not respond to requests for comment. The Iranian delegation to the UN and the Russian Defense Ministry also did not respond to requests for comment. The White House declined to comment on the issue. Iran mainly uses cargo planes to deliver weapons to Russia, making intervention almost impossible, according to U.S. officials. Taking action in the Caspian Sea would require help from the former Soviet republics located on its coast. Earlier this month, Vice Admiral Brad Cooper made an unannounced visit to Turkmenistan to discuss a range of issues, including ways to deepen cooperation and expand maritime security. He declined to comment on whether the discussion was about intercepting arms shipments in the Caspian Sea. The relationship between Iran and Russia. Russia turned to Iran for help last summer, and Iran initially provided Russia with hundreds of kamikaze drones and agreed to provide Russia with more than 300,000 artillery shells. One contract from September 2022, viewed by WSJ, showed a deal between Iran's defense ministry and Russia's Jeski Rosaboronexport for over 74,000 artillery shell, to be sold to Russia for $1.7 million US. Middle Eastern officials say Russia has not yet sent Iran advanced Su-35 fighter jets. However, a group of Iranians recently visited a factory in Russia's east that produces these modern jet fighters. This could be a sign that the deal is moving forward. Anna Borshchevskaya, a senior fellow at the Washington Institute for Near East Policy, said Iran's relationship with Russia is gradually moving from transactional to strategic. Russia is now dependent on Iran for the first time in the broad scope of the Russia-Iran relationship. It's a historic shift. Implications of the arms deal. The secret arms deal between Iran and Russia has implications for the Middle East's geopolitical landscape. The deal indicates a growing alliance between Iran and Russia, which could potentially shift the balance of power in the region. The deal also highlights Iran's growing assertiveness and willingness to challenge the US and its allies in the region. The arms deal could provide Russia with a significant military advantage in its conflict with Ukraine. But as always, the situation is more complex than it appears on the surface. Iran may be providing weapons to Russia, but it's not just for altruistic reasons. Iran is receiving something in return: technology and expertise. As the world focuses on the weapons deal between Iran and Russia, a more significant strategic shift could be underway. Russia is gradually sharing technology and expertise with Iran, particularly in the field of advanced military systems. This deal has the potential to change the balance of power in the Middle East. If Iran were to acquire advanced military systems from Russia, it would become a much more formidable adversary in the region. This is particularly concerning given Iran's recent aggressive behavior, including its support for Houthi rebels in Yemen and its continued development of ballistic missiles. So, what does this mean for the United States and its allies? It means that they need to be vigilant and proactive in countering the growing threat from Iran and Russia. This includes implementing stronger sanctions on both countries, as well as working closely with other nations in the region to counter the proliferation of advanced military technology. Furthermore, the United States and its allies must continue to support Ukraine and other nations that are facing aggression from Russia. They cannot allow Russia to continue to expand its sphere of influence unchecked. In conclusion, the secret arms deal between Iran and Russia is a game changer in the Middle East's geopolitical landscape. It has the potential to shift the balance of power in the region and embolden Iran's aggressive behavior. The United States and its allies must be proactive in countering this threat, both by imposing stronger sanctions on Iran and Russia and by supporting nations facing aggression from Russia. Only through a united front can the world hope to contain the growing threat from these two countries. That's a wrap for today's episode. Before we go, we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on the Iran-Russia secret arms deal? Do you think it will have a significant impact on the Middle East's geopolitical landscape? Let us know in the comments section below. And don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this episode and subscribe to our channel for more insightful discussions on current events and global affairs. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.